Hello and welcome to episode 46 of my Salem tutorial series. This episode is going to be on us getting protection from diseases, upgrading our purse, because if we take a look in my pocket we can see that I'm starting to accrue a lot of silver. Basically I filled up my purse, which is currently a merchant's purse, so that's full. We need to upgrade it. We're then going to progress on to building a farmer's house and lastly making a stove, and if there's time we will cook some food. If not, I'll leave that for the next episode. So let's start then by going to town and sorting out the first two items that I mentioned. Basically we're going to buy a mask that will protect us from getting diseases, so when you're walking around the town of Independence in the future you've not to worry so much about getting a disease. I don't believe you're 100% protected from disease, so you should still avoid the plague corpses, but maybe if someone could comment and say about how much the protection is so everyone can start to get an idea. Anyway, it's definitely a good idea for us to invest in purchasing this purse. So now in order to get the purse we've got to go, oops, let's stay away from that one there. Go over here up to the town square, and over here should be a vendor, I believe, who has the mask that we need. There it is. It's a plague doctor's mask, so it's 700, but that's fine. As you can see, we're getting lots of money, so we'll buy that. Next we want to upgrade our merchant's purse, so that's the one we currently have. We want now the nobleman's purse, which will hold 7,500 silver, so we'll buy that. There we go. Right now, so let's take off this purse. First we will take the money out of it. There we go, so that's empty. I'll give that to a naught. Let's put on the nobleman's purse and put the money back into that. Now it's going to be a while before we fill that up, that's for sure, but eventually it will get full. So then we can see about the next upgrade. Okay, let's put on our mask, and if we hover over it, it says wearing this mask will greatly reduce the chances of becoming diseased by coming in contact with another player. So that's definitely something that everyone needs to do, get that mask, because whilst you can cure the diseases, apparently it's a right pain to do so. So prevention is as good as a cure. Right, okay, let's head back and make this farmer's house. Now there's a very good reason, there's two good reasons for having a farmer's house. Number one is that we can place a stove in it, and the reason for the stove, the best reason for the stove is when you light it, it will burn for 24 hours, one day. So the chances are when you log back in the next day it's still going to be burning, so you'll save on using loads of tinders. Let's check the forge. Oh, we only got two. Get with what I showed you of using 12 lime to 13 iron, you do get between 1 to 3 iron each time. The most I've had is 3. This time I've just got 2, but never mind. Okay, so I'm going to place the farmer's house here. You'll need to, it's a 6x6 structure, but I've done a 7, I believe a 7x7 or 6x7 anyway, we'll see. Right, okay, let's gather the materials that we're going to need. So we're going to need 15 hay, and we are going to need a load of nails. So what I'll do is I'll place the structure and then we can see exactly what we're going to need. First though, let's empty out these because it might prove a bit difficult to get back over here after. So let's grab all of these dry boards. You need 10 dry boards. So I've got 10 of them. Starting to get overweight. Okay. No, nothing there that I need at the moment. Okay, so let's come over here and place our farmer's house. Right, okay, so we go to build, we go to buildings and structures, and then houses and buildings, and the farmer's house. Okay, so I'm hoping now, let's make sure it's straight, to get it just there. There we go. Let's put our dry boards in and the hay and nails. Okay, and let's start to build. Eventually we're going to have a bakery, and that I'm either going to put over here or over here. But for now this will do. Once I've filled up the nobleman's purse, then I intend to move. So I'm not really worried about all of what these structures and everything that I'm making, because eventually I will be moving on. Right, okay, so we need, I think it said 20 fresh boards. Oops, don't want to move too slowly. Let's add them. Okay, need 8 more. That should be enough for our farmer's house. Okay, let's build. Okay, so there's our farmer's house. Right, if you right click the door, you'll go inside. Now over here, this grey floor is where the stove's going to go. Now in the Salem wiki it says that it's very difficult to place the stove. It's not. It's very simple, providing you use the left control key. So let's make a stove and I can show you the placing of it. Okay, so for the stove we are going to need 2 nails and some fresh boards. So let's just find the materials. So I can't remember exactly what. So I'll just grab what I can think of for the moment. Let's see. We're going to need 3 lime. So let's grab 3 lime. I think I must have put the rest over here. Excuse me. Right, okay. No, not in there. Where did I put it? Oh. Right, okay. Well, maybe then I'm carrying what I need. Yeah, well, there's the granite and there's the stone. To build the stove, we're going to need 5 granite, 3 lime, 10 stone, 6 fresh boards and 2 nails. So it's looking good. Right, okay, so we're going to enter the farmer's house and we're going to go to build and buildings and structures and simple stove. So we'll click that. Now if you press the left control key, you're then able to take it off the grid and simply place it in the middle, like so. There we go. Let's now add all of the components and build. So you could see placing the stove was very easy, but only if you press the left control key. Keep the left control key pressed and then hover the stove around over the grey area on the floor, and you'll end up with a nice stove like this. Now it takes 16 branches to fill the stove with fuel. Once the stove is full, it will still accept more branches, so make sure that you're not overfilling it, because you're otherwise wasting your branches. So we've still got time. Let's quickly see if we can fill it up, light it and cook some food, which I think would be good. I've got the timer going this time. I actually remembered to set it. Okay, so let's pick 16 branches to start with. Right, okay, so we got the branches. Let's now fill up the stove. Right, that's 15. If we have a look, there's room just for one more, which makes 16. There we go, that's full. Let's now grab some tinders. Now what I do in the farmer's house, I do not place the bed in here. I keep it outside. In here, I use it for storage. I store not only, so if I do that and release, I store not only tinders for the stove, so I'll put a urn here, fill it with tinders. The rest I will fill with foodstuffs, materials that we will be using for cooking. That is the excellent use that my farmer's house has. I use it primarily just for cooking and all the components that are needed. Now, so let's grab some tinders and let's grab some food that we can now cook. Okay, so I'll grab 4 tinders just to make sure that I don't fail. Now all this time we've had our traps and we've not been using them as yet, as in we've not been able to cook the food. Well, now we can. So what I'm going to do, let's grab a load of crawdads and crabs. Let's grab some oysters, nice aphrodisiac. Right, okay, so that should be enough to demonstrate. Right, so we're now going to be making use of our fishing traps, and we're going to take a look. Now, one thing that we will need for the crabs is a rock, because with the crabs you have to break them open. Is it quicker just for me to simply see if I can find a rock on the ground? Yeah, there's one. I'm not sure if that will work. Oh, it does. Cool. Alright, well, flint is as good as a stone. So what we have to do with the crab, right click your flint or stone on each one of them and it breaks them up, so you can then cook the components. You'll sometimes get the crab claws. Again, right click with your flint or rock on them and you'll extract more crab meat. Okay, once you've done that, we're good to cook. So let's get ourselves into the farmer's house. Let's light the stove. Yeah, the stove is fantastic because it will burn, like I say, for at least 24 hours, and that's why I positioned it next to my smelter, because I can just use this from now on with the torch for lighting my smelter, so I won't have to use so many tinders in future. Anyway, let's cook some food. So let's turn that off. Let's eat one of these. Okay, if we go into craft and then food, and then shellfish. You'll see, first of all, here's the crawdads. We will need a frying pan, I believe. Okay, well, for that we don't need a frying pan, so let's craft all. Oh no, you do need a frying pan. Right, let's go make a frying pan. Okay, so for the frying pan, we go to craft, tools, pots and pans, frying pan, and we're going to need 2 iron and a wooden handle. So let's grab ourselves 2 iron. Okay, wooden handle. Let's see, how did we make that? That's a sharpened stick. Oh, it's in tools. There we go, wooden handle. We're going to need 2 wooden blocks and a sharpened stick, so 3 wooden blocks. Oh, where did I put my wooden blocks? I've got wooden blocks everywhere, and yet because I need to find them now, it's going to give me difficulties. Now, there's also I can really do is just keep looking. I'm sure I've got loads. I've been putting them everywhere, except for, of course, wherever I need to find them, wherever I'm looking to find them, that is. So much stuff, but it will come in useful for learning further skills. It's worth hoarding everything because it all has a good use. Well, I'm going to search a bit longer. If I can't find it, then maybe I'll have to end this episode, but I did want to show you cooking. At least a little bit. We've had them fishing traps for far too long and not been using the contents. Normally every one urn I open is full of them. Incredible. As you can see there, I've got loads of the food from the shellfish traps all spread all over my claim. You can see I'm building a couple. I've built another turkey coop, and I shall be building another one in the gap that I opened up from collecting the wooden boards. Simply because I want to get on to cooking the turkeys eventually. Not only that, the turkey droppings are handy. I have been using bones though for my fields to get 100% plenty for them. No, look at this. I have got so many of the wooden blocks all scattered around, and it's just an organised mess. What can I say? Sure that I put some in these. No. Well, I'm going to have to leave it there. So annoying, I know. As soon as I stop recording, the first one I look at, I'll find a load. Okay, well, we'll carry on cooking in the next episode. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed this episode on making the farmer's house and the stove. Goodbye.